What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Hustle or Stay Basic channel, the Invest or Stay Basic segment. As always, the intent of this segment is to help you make better investing decisions on your investing journey. I'm your host, KG, and today we are going to take a look at some vaccine stocks. The stocks are Moderna, Pfizer, the Pfizer Schnizer, and a third one that, is kind of like my dark horse. Before we get into the video, I want to give a shout out to Chirag and Manjot for, dropping a comment below and asking me to do this video. If you guys want me to take a look at any stock, please drop a comment. I'll definitely do that. And if you guys enjoy this video, please subscribe and drop a like. So let's get into it. So Moderna, ticker symbol MRNA, is trading for $142 per share. The Pfizer Schnizer, Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE, is trading for $38.71 per share. And the third one, we'll keep that for a little bit later in the video. So let's look at how they've performed over the past 12 months. Starting with Moderna, it is up 691% over the last 12 months. So if you're a Moderna shareholder, I don't even know if you're watching this video, or maybe you are. Maybe you're just watching it, throwing money into your fireplace, smoking a cigar, and just hanging out. Congrats on that investment. If you're not currently a Moderna shareholder, welcome, and I hope you enjoy this video. Pfizer is up 6.45% this year, and it has a $217 billion market cap. Now, there's one thing I just want to clear and get right out of the way before we go any further. I've gotten a lot of DMs on my Instagram page and some emails about, hey, is Pfizer good to buy right now? It's $42. Hey, it's $38. Is that a good buy? That means nothing. $42, $38, that means nothing. Please, new investors and investors in general, pay attention to the market cap. Pfizer has a market cap of $217 billion. That's over 3.5 times bigger than Moderna. Please do not pay attention to the price. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek into what that other company is doing. It went up 3% and it has a $396 billion market cap. Insane, almost 2x of Pfizer. So let's go take a look at some sales figures. So this is a tale of two different stories. Moderna hasn't had consistent sales and has been losing money every year, whereas Pfizer has been consistently around a $50 billion revenue mark and has had some pretty consistent earnings. Now, do you guys understand why Pfizer has a 4x market cap compared to Moderna? Well, even based on that 4x market cap, you might think Moderna is wildly overvalued just looking at the sales figures, but not so fast. Let's go take a look at some analyst projections. Usually when you take a look at the projections by analysts, you're able to see some pretty consistent figures between the low estimate, the high estimate, and the average estimate. For Moderna, it is totally opposite of that. We got a low estimate for 2021 of $266 million in sales, an average of $7.57 billion, and a high of $24 billion. The price to sales ratio for the drugs and vaccine industry is around 5 to 7. So it ranges from 5 to 7. And at $7.57 billion, that would put the price to sales at about 8. And for those of you who don't know how to calculate price to sales, essentially taking the market cap and dividing it by the sales. So even at an 8 price to sales, that's above industry average and kind of makes this stock look overvalued. But if it does $24 billion of sales, that pushes it way below industry average and puts it at 2.6, which would maybe make you think that is severely undervalued. Personally, I tend to be conservative and stick to the average. So I think right now it might be a little overvalued based on the price to sales ratio. But let's take a look at Pfizer before we, jump to these decisions. The Pfizer Schnizer, aka Pfizer, has a price to sales of 4, which is below industry average, and analysts have a price target of $42 per share, which is actually 8.5% upside on the stock. Unlike Moderna, the estimates do vary, but not as drastically. We got an average estimate of $52 billion and a high estimate of $62 billion. Let's take a look at the PE ratios now. So Moderna has a forward PE ratio or price to earnings ratio of 51.55. Pfizer has a forward PE of 13.0 0.11. And, you know, my little dark horse has a PE of 16. So is that good or is that bad? Well, the drug manufacturer's industry median is at 19.63. So that would put the Pfizer Snizer and my dark horse below industry average or below industry median, whereas Moderna would be a lot higher. But let's leave the numbers alone for a bit. I think we've digested, you know, price to earnings, sales, and, you know, price to sales and all that cool stuff. Let's just take a look at some quick facts about the vaccines themselves. So for Moderna and Pfizer, you require 2 shots for a dose, and they're over a period of time. Both have really good efficacy levels, you know, 94%, 95%, pretty negligible there. The big difference is storage. And for Moderna, their big advantage is that you can store the dosage in 2 to 8 degrees Celsius temperatures, whereas in Pfizer, you got to store it in a lot cooler temperatures. Now over here, you'll see that they're predicting that their dosage can go anywhere from $10 to $50 per dose, whereas Pfizer will be $20 a dose. So I kind of actually just want to highlight that temperature advantage. I would give this the win to Moderna on this. But my dark horse is 1 shot, 1 dose, or at least that's what they hope to get. So you know what? Let's just reveal who my dark horse is. My dark horse is none other than Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol JNJ, currently trading for $153.62 per share. So now let's go into why I like it. First of all, I'm a risk-adverse investor, so I want to avoid risk where I can. And with Johnson & Johnson, you're pretty much doing that. They have consistent sales and consistent earnings. And I also like to add that they're growing. They also are coming off their best quarter ever in Q3 2020, where they did over $20 billion in sales. The third thing I want to call out is that there's 8.8% upside based on analyst price targets of $167 per share. But wait, there's more. Johnson & Johnson is the only dividend aristocrat stock out of the 3 that I mentioned. What that means is they've been able to raise their dividends for over 25 years straight. That's insane considering all the different crashes and pandemics that have happened since then. Also, they have a lot of household brands that you may know, such as Tylenol, Listerine, Band-Aid. I know Pfizer has some household brands as well, but I just want to highlight that Johnson & Johnson does as well. The third thing is that they have good management, and when you're buying a stock, you're buying a portion of a company, and you want them to have good management. Look at these different accolades that Johnson & Johnson has. Number 8 by the Wall Street Journal of the best managed companies of 2019. You know, the best corporate citizens, the most admired companies list. These are really good things to have that proves that they have good management. So here are my final thoughts. Moderna might do better than what analysts predict, and there is some significant upside to that, including a stock price going up even more. But there's a lot of risk with that as well. If you're a more riskier investor, maybe Moderna is the choice for you because they clearly have the advantage to being first in market and also the temperature storage advantages as well, as I mentioned before. Pfizer has some upside, as I shared earlier, but it doesn't move as much as other companies. It's only gone up 30% over the last 5 years. But it is a defensive stock and might be a good place to keep your money if you're a little bit risk adverse. Personally, I prefer Johnson & Johnson over the other 2 because it's a really defensive stock, really safe, you know, has a great dividends history, great earnings and sales history, and they could also be one of the first companies that develops the 1 shot, 1 dose methodology, which would be a huge advantage. So what do you guys think? Are you buying Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.